Engine fuel systems. Which of the following statements concerning a centrifugal type fuel boost pump located in a fuel supply tank is not true? The centrifugal type pump is classified as a positive displacement pump. Fuel boost pumps are operated to provide positive flow of fuel to the engine. Fuel lines are kept away from sources of heat, and sharp bends and steep rises are avoided to reduce the possibility of vapor lock. Fuel pressure relief valves are designed to compensate for atmospheric pressure variations, are known as balance type relief valves. It is necessary to control acceleration and deceleration rates in a turbine engine in order to prevent blowout or die out. A pilot reports that fuel pressure fluctuates and exceeds the upper limits whenever the throttle is advanced. The most likely cause of trouble is a sticking fuel pump relief valve. Boost pumps and fuel systems provide a positive flow of fuel to the engine pump. How often should float type carburetors be overhauled? At engine overhaul. Maximum power is normally considered to be developed in a reciprocating engine with a fuel-air mixture ratio of approximately 12:1. Fuel cross-feed systems are used in aircrafts to maintain aircraft stability. During what periods does the fuel pump bypass valve open and remain open? When the boost pump pressure is greater than the fuel pump pressure. If an engine equipped with a float type carburetor backfires or misses when the throttle is advanced, a likely cause is that the accelerating pump is not operating properly. Which of the following turbine fuel filters has the greatest filtration action of any present-day filter? Micron filter. What is the purpose of the flow delivered in a turbine engine duplex fuel nozzle? Creates a primary and a secondary fuel supply. Where is the main fuel strainer located in an aircraft fuel system? At the lowest point of the fuel system. The fuel pump relief valve directs excess fuel to the fuel pump relief valve inlet side of the fuel pump. Where is the engine fuel shutoff valve usually located aft of the firewall? A rotary vane pump is best described as a positive displacement pump. What are the principal advantages of the duplex fuel nozzle used in many turbine engines? It provides better optimization and uniform flow patterns. The purpose of a diaphragm in most vane type fuel pumps is to equalize fuel pressure at all speeds, maintain fuel pressure below, compensate for fuel pressure to altitude changes. What is the characteristic of a centrifuge type fuel boost pump? It separates air and vapor from the fuel. The fuel system on an aircraft certified and standard classification must include which of the following? A positive means of shutting off all fuel to all engines. Excessive rich or lean idle mixtures result in incomplete combustion, where physical separation of the fuel lines from electrical wiring or conduct is impracticable. Locate the fuel line. Where physical separations of fuel lines from electrical wiring or conduct is impractical. Locate the fuel line. Below the wiring and clamped the line security to the airframe structure. What is the final authority for the details of carburetor overhaul? The manufacturer's recommendations. Most large aircraft reciprocating engines are equipped with which of the following types of engine-driven fuel pumps? Rotary vane type fuel pumps. What is the purpose of the fuel transfer injector? To assist in the transfer of fuel from the main supply tank to the boost pump sump. What is the purpose of an engine-driven fuel pump bypass valve? To prevent a damaged or inoperative pump from blocking the fuel flow from another pump in series with it. When an electric primer is used, fuel pressure is built up by the booster pump. Kerosene is used as turbine engines fuel because kerosene has more heat energy per gallon and lubricates the fuel system components. The Federal Aviation regulation require the fuel flow rate from gravity systems, main and reserves to be 150% the takeoff fuel consumption of the engine. A fuel strainer or filter must be located between the tank outlet and fuel metering device. Which type of pump is commonly used as a fuel pump on reciprocating engines? Vane. What causes the fuel delivery valve to open in a turbine engine duplex fuel nozzle? Fuel pressure. Fuel pressure produced by the engine-driven fuel pump is adjusted by engine-driven fuel pump adjusting screw. No. Relief valve adjusting screw. A fuel pressure relief valve is required on engine-driven vane type fuel pumps. The primary concerns that allow present of water. What precautions should be taken when putting thread lubricant on a tapered pipe plug in a carburetor float bowl. Engage the first thread of the plug, then put a small amount of lubrication on the second thread, and then screw in the plug. Which statement is true regarding propeller throttle rigging of an airplane? The throttle stop on the carburetor must be connected before the stop in the cockpit? Yes. Carburetor then cockpit. It is desirable that fuel lines have a gentle slope upward or downward, and not have a sharp curve or sharp rise and or falls in order to prevent vapor lock. Grade. The purpose of the diaphragm in most vane type fuel pumps is to compensate for fuel pressure to altitude changes. Fuel pressure produced by the engine-driven fuel pump is adjusted by relief valve adjustment screw.